Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Thrive with Renee Lunch Break Conversation. My name is Renee Antoine. I am a financial services entrepreneur. I help people protect, save, and grow their money. This afternoon, I have an amazing interview for you all. I am live with none other than the recreator or and host of Rock Truth Nation, Rock Truth Radio, and Rock Truth clothing line True Enough. It is none other than the amazing Kingdom Ambassador,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
of Biblical Truth.
yes.
Everyone, please welcome Selena Kay. Selena, how are you?
I am amazing today, Miss Renee. I am honored to be on. I thank you. I want to thank you personally. This is our official first Rock Truth interview. So you're like part of our history. I'm loving it right now. So
Woo-hoo.
yes, thank you. I'm feeling amazing.
Well, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for showing up how you've been showing up because that's how I was able to see you and find you and connect with you. So, your brain is what truth. So, we are all about the truth right now. So, come
Yes.
on in. I see you all watching. I appreciate it. Share this conversation,
Hello,
bring your
hello.
question, and we are here. We're gonna be talking about, what does the kingdom says about money, business, and stewardship. So,
Yeah.
Selena, I just want people to get as much value from this conversation as possible. So I'm gonna be shooting question right at you. And you all, I
Sure.
know we said this is gonna be at noon. We had a little confusion and technical difficulty, so we are
Yeah.
here. So come on in. So now let me first ask you, what is the concept behind what truth?
Of course. So the concept, the construct of the idea is founded upon He who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. It is founded upon God. When God was speaking with the disciples, he asked them in Matthew 16 and 18, he said, who is it that they say that I am? And so, of course, the same question today, they have the same answers that you find today. They believe he was just a mere prophet or he was, just a teacher, And so he's like, yeah, cool, okay. So then who do you guys say that I am? And of course, Peter jumped out there like always. He was one known to put his foot in his mouth. I myself relate to Peter. I kind of did it. I just kind of jump out there and just say, but he said that you are the Christ, you are the Messiah. And so God at that moment told him that, you didn't reveal that to yourself and nobody told you that, you're not smart enough to come up with that answer. It was God who revealed that to you and upon this rock, not Peter, because Peter, people like to confuse whether or not he was talking about founding his church upon Peter or upon the bolder of the statement that he made. It was upon the confession that he made that he would found his church. And he said his for a reason, because there are a lot of different churches around this time. Christ didn't just establish his church and it was the first one. No, there were other churches already going on. So he had to distinguish between theirs and his. There's a difference. It's only one. It's his or theirs. And so in that moment, he said, upon this rock, I will build my church. And that's what we have founded Rock Truth upon, that bolder of a statement that was made back in Matthew. And then also we saw that it's not just information that is truth. That's not enough. It has to be revealed to you. His truth has to be revealed. So revelation is truth. Truth is not information.
Well, thank you for sharing the background with us and why you were inspired to create Walk Truth. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I see y'all. I appreciate you. Give me some likes, some comments. Come with your questions. I am live with Selena Kay, host and creator of Walk Truth Nation. And so, Selena, in like maybe what would you say is the problem that Walk Truth solve?
We solve all problems. We are here to reclaim the nations back to God. And so we are here to deal with every problem and plight that surrounds human man, humus man. That's dirt man. That's who we are. But however, the difference between us and everybody else is that we don't deal in your symptoms. We're not going to deal with why you're drinking. We're not going to deal with crime. We're not going to deal with homosexuality. We're going to deal with the root cause of these things. It's character flaw. And so we're going to deal with the root cause. And we found that all of this, all of the lawlessness that we have in our streets is rooted in the home, which is our target. And it's wired in our streets. And so we're aiming for the root cause. We're going to go ahead and cut out. We can't provide you with Tylenol. We don't have enough. We can't provide you with Robitussin. Okay, we don't have that for you. What we do, we have unadulterated truth to deal with your fallen, depraved nature. And it starts in the home. So that's where you get, another extension of us, which is a Voice Full of Zeal. A Voice Full of Zeal is a social service organization that is founded on kingdom law. And through educational efforts, this is a guarantee, we will rebuild family according to his original design.
So you are here just to share the truth about the kingdom.
Yes.
Just let people know, the truth, the rock truth, as you put it.
The rock truth. It's foundational truth. It's bottom truth. There is no, it's where the origin. You got to have origin in your life. And we'll get down to that.
Yes, we will. Yeah. We will, definitely. So, Selena, I'm in the financial literacy space, okay? So you are here advocating the kingdom, okay? And then me, I'm advocating financial literacy. And then so there's a lot of talk about money and business and stewardship, when it comes to, what does God say about that, okay? And then so talk to me about kind of what would you say is maybe like a fundamental truth about money and business and God?
Okay, sure. So if you want to start with money,
and I know that's a lot. Just giving me one.
It's no. It all ties in together. Let's just tie it all together. First of all, in any business, in anything that you occupy, you need to understand that you own nothing. You're not the owner of any one thing here. You are a manager. And see, we get into our own businesses and we throw our names on top of it, as if it belongs to us, and it doesn't. You have to start from a foundational truth of everything belongs to him, right? So that's number one. Two, your aim and focus should not be on profiting money. That can't be the focus. Money is just a resource. And when you understand, again, he who is the original point of reference, his whole plan and what he's here to do, that's not the goal. The goal is to harvest orchards of reformation in the minds and hearts of men. That's the goal. Stop looking for worldly things. And God calls us a wicked and adulterous generation that's looking for monies and miracles and signs and all of these things. We don't need to do that. The key to business is go according to his plan as written. And you'll say, hey, what did he write? He said, seek the kingdom.
Oh, yes.
and his righteousness, and he will add to. Do you understand the math behind that? Do you understand reading instructions and following directions? It's that simple. If you seek the kingdom, if you seek my righteousness, I will do the rest. Not you.
Yes.
And he's not building his kingdom off of your salary. He ain't looking to build his kingdom off your paycheck. Like this ain't that. And then again, I say it don't belong to you anyway. We like to talk
managers.
about 10%. Yeah, we're managers. We like to talk about the 10% and the 90%. But let's talk about that 90% that you didn't give and how you mismanaged. He's looking at that more so than the 10% that you, in a sense, donated because you thought that you were giving it back to him, which was already his. He's just looking for your obedience. He's trying to
Selena.
What he said. Go ahead, sis.
I'm gonna have to start you because you're gonna have me be shouting.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna have me be shouting online right now.
like it happens when you come in contact with his revealed excellence. It's going to happen. It's an automatic response. So when people are talking about praising God, it don't have
Yes.
you running around a church. It convicts
Mhm.
you. It has you stuck like Chuck. You know what I'm saying? It has you
Yes.
awestruck. So yes, it's like going to the bath. Like nobody has to tell you go to the bathroom. It's
Mhm.
automatic. So yes, praise, girl. I praise with you. You want to take a break?
No, 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 no.
Let's take it.
Okay, so let me ask you, right? I mean, all of us, I mean, even people who do not go to church, maybe who do not believe in God, I think all of us have heard the 1 Timothy 16. Okay? I'm just gonna read the first part. It
Mhm.
says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay, and there are so many opinions about this verse, and then so a lot of time people say, you know, money is the root of all evil, but the verse is not saying that. It says for the love of money is the root of all evil. I would love for you to share maybe your thoughts and your opinion about this verse in regards to what it is actually saying versus
Mhm.
how it's been interpreted like over and over again.
Oh, sure. So again, that verse, it has so much in it when you're actually we word study, okay? So I'm going to break down and dissect every word that's pretty much in your sentence, right? Because one thing that's an issue is that we're taking concepts and we're mushing them together. And so when I talk, you'll hear me say responsibility and not responsibility, because that pushes one thing, together, and then you have an ideology of what you believe it's implied to mean, and I mean it's something else, and now communication is all messed up. So in that verse, it's a lot. The one thing you said that that pointed out was evil, and when I see the word evil, I see that there's a plan in place that was to go against God. So right here, you're planning to fail. So it says, how do you plan to fail in life? Oh, I know, by loving money. So that means you're disobedient. You're not loving who I told you to love. You're loving something else. You're doing your own thing. Where are you getting these concepts from? And so, yeah, so you're saying absolutely correct. It ain't money that's evil.
Yeah.
It's your love of it, when you should have love for me and you should have love for my people like I commanded you. Those are the two commandments, like I commanded you. Simple.
And so you're saying right now, like you basically what you're saying right now, it's not money. We need to stop
Mm.
that
You
mindset,
need to stop it.
like money is evil, because at the end of the day, a lot of evil that's happening in the world is due to lack of money.
Mhm.
Okay. And then so if we keep on preaching against money and saying money is evil, it's really not helping people to maybe kind of invest in themselves, getting the
Mhm.
skills and serving others, because at the end of the day, if you're serving, of course you're gonna get paid. And then
Correct.
that means I mean, like, there's a lot of what do you call it, financial benefit, but then there's also a lot of emotional and spiritual benefit as well. So
Yes.
let me move on to my next question. Okay,
Sure.
so right now, I mean, you and RockTruth Radio, obviously you are an entrepreneur. This is something that you created because you want to add value. Okay. And so with everything that's going on with COVID and with people, not sure about the 9 to 5. So what advice do you have for someone who may be considering entrepreneurship? Can you share like the level of courage it took you to start your business?
Sure. So one thing that I would say in reference to starting your own business is that you're on track. That's what you're supposed to do. We're not here to be employed. We're here to be deployed. Everything from the time you were born, your parents should have had the knowledge or been in the know of who you are and what you are here to do. You are sent here. We're not from here, guys. We have been sent here. There's a difference. And again, I say this all goes back to those basic questions, knowing who you are and to whom you belong and who he is. Right. So, I'm so sorry. What was the original question? I just want to make sure I
So
say
the original question, like what advice do you have for someone
yeah.
who basically want to jump into entrepreneurship? Like,
Yes. So we're
yes.
here to be deployed. You are here with a purpose and a plan to provide your piece of the puzzle. So yes, you should desire deployment, starting your own business for his name's sake, though. I know that you mentioned that I created it. I created nothing. I'm a recreator. And that's why you see that in front of my title. I have done nothing here. He's done everything already. When I got here, a lot of the stuff had already been put in place. There's nothing that belongs to me. All the concepts and thoughts, they've been here for centuries, since the foundation of the world, so there's nothing new under the sun. It's just a rearrangement of these items. So take the items that God has placed in your mind, rearrange them for his purpose, for his glory, and for his namesake. You're on track. Deploy. But in the process of you being employed, that's the opportunity where you get to see your own character flaw. What type of employee are you? One thing that concerns me is when people say, when people are focused on everybody else and what it is they're doing and what they're not doing. That's a problem, because you should only be focused on yourself. Or when someone says, and they're in a business like, well, that's not my responsibility. Yes, it is. In RockTruth, the way that we're set up from a kingdom perspective. Leadership is everybody. Everybody knows the role of everybody, just in case something happens. There's no one person above another. We're here strategically for him. There's no egos. We're like-minded. We're focused on Christ like he told us to be. And so it makes a lot of things easy and smooth, but everybody in a company should feel or take that business on for themselves. It should be personal.
So what I'm hearing right now, God has created you to do something.
Yes.
He gave you gifts.
Yes.
He gives you gifts, and then you should deploy the gift that he gave you.
Period. Point blank. Simple.
Okay.
We don't have nothing else to do.
Yes. And then so let's talk about, because what you just talked about was stewardship. Yes. Because he gave us the talents. Okay. Yes. And then so therefore, I know a lot of us maybe know the sermon about the talents, when God gives somebody 1 and he gives 5 and he gives 10, and therefore we need to be stewards of the talent that he gave us. Okay. And so what advice do you have for people who maybe have a business or maybe have family? Okay. And then so how should we focus about being good steward of the things that God gave us, like our family and our business and our marriage?
Yeah.
Why should that matter for us to be good steward of it?
It matters. It matters because it matters to him. It's imperative to him. And you're right. You're hitting all targets. Let's talk about, before you even have this business, you have responsibility to the home. And when you're talking about the talents, let's look at the word responsibility. You have been given an ability, and the sponsor expects a return on his investment, a return. That means over and over and over and over again. If you remember about the parable of the talents, and how the one guy, he was like, I'm just gonna bury mine so I can keep it and I can have it when he come back. No, he was the one that got in trouble, because I told you to go out there and do, and you didn't. You got it in your mind that you was going to do something else. And that's what this is really about. It ain't about, money or good and evil and all this other stuff. This is about obedience and disobedience. This is the separation of the world. You are either obedient and you're loving and you're doing exactly what I told you, or you're not. It don't have nothing to do with the byproducts of sin. None of that. It has to do with, are you going to love like I told you, and are you going to do what I told you to do? So when you're looking at management and mismanagement, this has to do with obedience, disobedience. Period. We make it more complex than it really is. It's not. It's not. You're mute.
I love this platform because it's gonna tell you. So I appreciate that. I see you all. Welcome to Thrive with Renee Lunch Break Conversation. I am live with Selena Kay, recreator, of RockTruth LLC and Subsidiary, RockTruth Nation, RockTruth Radio, and RockTruth Clothing Line True North. By the grace of God, she's doing it. So kindly join this conversation, because it is a conversation. Let us know your questions. Give me some love. Give me some likes. Let me know how you feel about this conversation.
Yes.
So Selena, you are in the Kingdom Builder. Okay. And
Yes.
so that has a lot to do with, the kingdom of God and with church. Okay. Like I said, I'm in the financial space. Okay. And I'm
Mhm.
also in church. So I'm my church secretary, the clerk, I'm singing. I don't know if I'm the best singer now, but I can sing.
Hi, I used to do that when I
So
yeah.
with that being said, what do you think is the responsibility of the church when it comes to teaching people about financial literacy? Because a lot of times the Bible say, for the lack of my people perish for lack of knowledge. So a
Mhm.
lot of time we thinking everything that's going wrong in our life is the devil attack. Like the devil is attacking me, the devil
Right.
is attacking me. But God is saying sometimes is due to our lack of knowledge. So
Mhm.
should the church like take a focus on educating people, help giving people access to financial literacy?
Yes, and just to like let's clarify because we like to give too much credit to the devil, and I'm telling you, I know he probably sitting over in the sidelines like, "Come on, Jesus, there is no way you gonna put that one on me." Like, listen, every issue, every problem is you. Okay, you're in the way. He is a defeated enemy. When God said it was finished, he meant that. That's a ed, that's past tense. That means it's over. And that was 2000 years ago, even though it was really over before it started, but we ain't gonna get into all of that. But I'm just saying there's no focus that needs to be put on the devil stopping or causing anything. Everything is co-signed on God. That happens is co-signed on God's desk. He has permissive will. So definitely understand that. In reference to the barriers or pitfalls in reference to business, I'm so sorry because I am about clarity. If you can just say that question again, because I don't want
Of
to.
course, of
I'm a clarity
course.
person.
No, this is a conversation, of course.
Yes.
So basically, my question was to you is that what level of responsibility do you think
Mhm.
the church has in regard to teaching financial literacy, promoting financial literacy, and just not like have people blame everything on the devil?
Yes,
It's
yes.
sometimes it's due to lack of knowledge.
Yes. And so, yes, you're absolutely right. So, what responsibility does the church, which is the called out people, not the building? Because I know as soon as when people think, they think about a building and they're thinking about members, and he's talking about the people he called out as citizens. There's a difference, guys. There's a difference out here. I'm telling you, there's a facade being put on out here. There are people that are running around like they're the church. They ain't. I'm serious. This is very serious business. And so, whose responsibility is it? Is our sole responsibility. In the Bible, he told us specific things to do. It's simple, okay? Repent. That this is my job is to preach repentance, change your mind for the kingdom. My second job is to teach you, not bring you and haul you back to a church building. That means to teach you right there where you are, his culture, his way, his lifestyle, and then I can bring you back to his home. Do you understand? It's the same as if you were out in the streets, you got friends. You don't just bring anybody back to your daddy house. You tell them, like, this how my daddy is. Don't say this, don't do that. Same deal. So you go out and you disciple them where they are. And that's exactly what RockTruth stands for. We're out here where you are, and we'll teach you for nothing. We're not charging you anything. We're here for his name's sake, for his whole name's sake. This don't have nothing to do with us, nothing. So
So basically, you say it's all of our responsibility.
it is
Like
all
we
of
are
us are the
individual, we are
soul.
the church.
We are the church. You by yourself. If you get rid of everybody in the world, you are still the called out. You are still it. And you still, I don't know if you're supposed to say it to the rocks, the trees, to the sky. That's your business. But honey, you better teach it. You better teach it because that was the mandate. And that's how you are obedient. That's it. He ain't worried about none of that. Just your obedience, sis. Go ahead.
Okay, so you've been sharing a lot of knowledge here, and I appreciate you. I appreciate what Rock Truth stands for and what you are
Thank you.
trying to accomplish. Obviously, the holiday is around, and what does Rock Truth has to, first of all, how can people connect with Rock Truth right now? Okay, what do you have going on for the people listening, and then and then what do you have for the holiday? I'm gonna share your website as a matter of fact.
Awesome, awesome. So yes, so to connect with us, we are well, first of all, to connect with us, connect with our Father. That's the real connection. Forget all the social networks and all the emails. Don't even worry about it, because there are people who I've been connected with I've never met in my life who are making the difference in Rock Truth. So that's because they already had a kingdom connection. So you want to connect with us, connect with our Father first. Second of all, you can find us on Instagram, Rock Truth. We're on RockTruth2.com, which is our store, True North. We have we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, obviously, right? So you can find us. We have a bunch of different pages that are out there. There's the Rock Truth page, the Voice for Lizelle page. We have Rock Truth Prints, which is a company designed, it's for branding and imaging, because what we're seeing out here now is a lot of people have an identity crisis. You don't know who you are, and you don't know who you are, who to whom you belong. And so you'll watch them follow trends and waves, or attempt to dress or act like somebody else. And what we're here to do is to provide you with not just a image, not your image, but his image for your business, for your company, for yourself. So we have that out there. We have, there's his, her, there's a woman's group. There's AI, which is a live impact. That's our children's group. We have Rock Youth, Rock Truth. We're actually starting, I think we'll have 6 shows by the beginning of the year, January. We'll have 6 shows. So there's Rock Truth, Rock Youth, Rock Truth. We have Rock True Kings, Rock True Queens. We have Rock Single. Thank you, Miss Renee. We have Rock Single now. And then we also have someone who's joining our network to do Coffee with Clark. That's going to be a bridging the gap type of podcast that he's doing. Our primary focus for 2021 will be to be in the know. So yeah, if you scroll up, no, that's it. Yeah, those are it. To be in the know. So know truth, live truth, be truth, expose truth, experience truth, rock truth. And like you said, you hit it on the nail. Our people suffer because of lack of knowledge. And our whole focus for 2021 is getting people in the know. Oh, to be in the know.
You know what, Selena? I'm gonna have you because we were going over it so fast. So tell me again, like the different program that you have. You said you have Rock Single. I remember that when I was part of that conversation.
Yes. So
we have Rock Single, Rock Youth.
Rock Youth. We have the regular Rock Truth. We are beginning to develop Rock True Kings. That will be an all-men show for the men.
Okay.
And because they're doing their thing, the women are like, hey, we don't have ours. So Rock True Queens. And then we have Reverend James Clark, who is a minister out in Gary, Indiana. Shout out to him, my brother, my king. He is he desires to do a show called Coffee with Clark, which is to bridge the gap between men and women, or whether it's the youth and the older people, or he wants to have the necessary conversations with whomever. So that's what that show is about. So we're growing, we're expanding, we're doing big things. I'm excited.
Maybe one day we'll do Rock Wealth.
I like that. Rock generational wealth and health, and and that's a great thing, because when you're looking at wealth, sis, you're looking at something that's one inherent. Right. And this comes with being a kingdom citizen. That's how you got to understand that everything that's his is ours. Everything that's his is common. So if it's wealth, that means it's common. Everybody has it. If it's beauty, it's common. You know what I'm saying? Nothing he made for vain. He made it with purpose. So it's man. Yeah, we can do that. Rock true wealth.
Yes, because at the end of the day, and I think that I did it wasn't a show, it could be, I think maybe like a workshop, something like that, about money and how, God did not intend for us to be poor.
No.
He not only he gave us a spiritual inheritance, but he also give you physical inheritance.
Yeah.
So because when God called Abraham, he promised him wealth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then so I think it's important that because at the end of the day, we need money to do the work of God.
Thank you.
It's not evil, because we need money to go, if we want to help people from free people from the sex trade, We need
Yeah.
money for that.
Yes,
If
you
we
do.
want to help people, who's facing hunger, we need money for that.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
even at the church, I mean, now I'm talking in the physical space of the church.
Yeah.
We need money for that.
For
Okay.
that. Yeah.
And then, so therefore, it's really important that we as a community, we share biblical financial truth to
Yeah.
help people free from bondage, because
Yes.
that's what we are called to do.
Yes.
Freeing people from bondage is not only spiritual, but it also physical and
Yes.
financial.
And
Financial.
it starts
So,
there. It starts there. It starts here because you can have all the money in the world and be a fool. So it starts again with the knowledge of, if you don't know how to that's what Solomon, he was the richest. He prayed for wisdom. He didn't ask for money. Even if he had it, he had the right mentality to ask for, I got all of this and still don't know what to do with it. I need the wisdom as to how to properly do it. Not for myself, not to come up, not to keep up with the Joneses people. We are here for him. You got to follow, you got to get in line.
I've had you now for 31 minutes, and you've been sharing a lot of good knowledge. I so appreciate you, but then
Thank
I
you.
do not want to let you go without showing people the amazing wear that you have, that they can go ahead and support
Yes,
Rock Truth for the holiday if they want to, represent the kingdom and
that's
share
right. Get
that.
your kingdom
Get
culture.
your kingdom
Yes.
culture,
And
y'all.
this,
Uh,
let me explain True North for you and the importance of it. So
yes.
in the concept of it, it's, of course, we are kingdom. So what will we be wearing? What will we have on if we were in the kingdom today? What did he say? So the Bible says we will be clothed in our right minds. And so all of the kingdom culture have truth on them, truth of versus truth of misconcepts that are out there. True North, it was established by God for directional purposes and gravitational purposes. So to hold you down, and so you always know where you are. When you're in life, it is imperative that you determine who is the true north of your life. Whoever is the true north of your life is your God. And if you have determined the triune God, and notice I'm being very specific because it's a lot of gods out here. People worship trees, people. Okay. People worship themselves. Okay. So if you have identified the triune God, the 3-in-1 God, as your true north, you can't make up any law or participate in anything that goes against his principles. So that's what true north is about.
Thank you
He holds
so
us
much
down.
for
Yeah.
sharing that with us. Thank you to everyone who's been watching live. I
Thank you.
appreciate y'all. And Selena, I
Yes.
so appreciate you for being part of this conversation, for teaching us about, Rock Truth, Rock
Yes.
Nation, and True North. Because at the
Yes.
end of the day, whatever we want to display has to align with the truth of God, and
Absolutely.
that's how
Every
we're gonna
time.
just keep going. So
Every time.
again, you all, my name is Winnie. Oh, I'm sorry, Selena, go ahead.
No, girl, I'm talking to you, girl. Girl talk. Every time, girl. Every time. Girl, go ahead, go.
So I appreciate y'all being live with me. Thank you so much, Selena. And for all of you who may be thinking of pivoting right now, we did talk about entrepreneurship. We
Yeah.
did talk about, we are meant to be deployed, and
Yeah.
so we can share the gifts, that the
Yes.
talents that God gave us, so we can be good
Period.
steward of it. It
Yeah.
is okay to have a 9 to 5, because at the end of the day, we need to do what we have to do to provide for our family.
Absolutely.
But that should be basically be an avenue to be able to express our true self. And
Yes.
then entrepreneurship is one way that we can get to that. So maybe you are thinking of pivoting right now, you're not sure what to do. I am in the financial space. And so if you want to talk about what I do, go ahead and reach out to me. We can have a conversation to see if we are a good fit for one another. And I know Rock Truth is always looking for
Yes.
programming. Am I
We are.
correct, sis?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We are. We want
And
to.
it's
We're looking to come and give. We're not looking to take anything in any way, shape, or form that we can give and offer ourselves. We're here for that. So please, like, reach out. We want it.
so
That's what
if
we're
you
here for.
wanna, yes. So if you wanna be part of the Walk Truth family, Selena is here.
Woo!
Reach out to her. She's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm showing her website, Walk Truth, the number 2. Let's do that. Let's connect with one another. I know that Selena, who are us conversing with each other, we talk about collaboration versus competition.
Come on,
Okay,
sis.
it is time that we come together and then we
Yes.
collaborate with each other and we uplift one another. Because at the end
Yes.
of the day, when we unite and then we uplift one another, we
Yes.
can do so much more. I
Yes.
appreciate you, love. Give
Mwah.
me a last word. Give the people your last
Sure.
message.
Sure.
What
Sure.
do you want
Sure.
to end us with?
Man, seek the kingdom and his righteousness, and all else will be added to you. Repent, for the kingdom is at hand. It's here, y'all. It's here. You ain't got to die to go get it. It's right here. Rock truth or absolutely nothing at all by obeying the laws and experiencing his lifestyle. That's kingdom culture. Thank you so much.
Kingdom Culture. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure being
Yes,
live with Miss Selena Kay, we
I
creator
think.
and host of Rock Truth Radio, Rock
Yes.
Truth Nation, and now Rock Truth clothing line, True North. I am
Yeah.
Renee Antoine. I appreciate you. Leave me a comment, share this conversation, and let's connect and see how we can help build each other and build the kingdom. That's all
Yes.
for now. Have an amazing week, y'all. See you guys Monday
Bye.
at noon. Monday at noon, I'll be back with you all. Bye, Selena.
Bye. Love you, love.
Love you right back.